Welcome into George Sparky Anderson Field at Cal Lutheran University. I'm Ryan Milano, joined by Knight Uretsky. We're here for the Conejo Oaks as they face off against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Arroyo Seco, they come into this game on a 3-game losing streak, but let's get you to meet the starting lineups. In the field for Conejo, we have at third base, Brendan Bobo. On the infield with them, Reagan Burford at second, JT Naviak at short, and Grant Smith on the hot corner at third. In the outfield, we have Austin Carrillo in right, Hunter Call in center, and Zach Gregory in left. Behind the dish, Anson Rose, the starting catcher, calling balls and strikes, and the man on the hill, his first appearance for the Oaks on the season, Cody Adcock. That is your Conejo defensive positioning for Arroyo Seco. Batting first and playing third is Drew Cowley. Batting second at shortstop, Brandon Boning. In the 3 spot, left field, Josh Cowden. Number 4, behind the dish, Peyton Lewis. Number 5, designated hitter, Bo Willis. The 6-hole hitter in right field, Jag Burden. The 7 spot, Cooper Elliott at first base. In center field, the 8-hole hitter, Jonah Sebring. And rounding out the lineup, Jackson Cobb, the second baseman in the 9-hole. Drew Cowley going to step in for the first time. He's going to be the first to see what Cody Adcock can bring on the hill for the Oaks. Cowley waiting the first pitch. First pitch into him. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. The count 0-1 early. Adcock finds the zone for the first time, starting off his Oaks career with a strike. The 0-1 cut through, fouled out of play and missed. Cowley on the season has been the best hitter for Arroyo Seco. He is batting .375 on the year. The last time these two teams faced off, it was 2 days ago. Arroyo Seco, they fell 5-4 to your Conejo Oaks. That was in Pasadena, California. The 0-2 breaking ball off the play misses the zone. Rose lets it go back to the backstop. The first ball of the day we see from Adcock. In that game, Arroyo Seco, they had the bases loaded, down by 1 in the 9th inning. They were not able to scratch a second run in that frame across the plate to take the lead, as this one is skied high on the infield. Naviak coming in underneath it, makes the catch, 1 down in the inning. And the Oaks, they start out with their first out. Adcock, a strong at-bat. He attacks his own with 2 strikes, 1 breaking ball away, trying to induce a swing, and then forces an infield fly out in weak contact. That will bring up Brandon Boning, the shortstop for Arroyo Seco on the season. Boning, he's been batting .240 on the year in 25 at-bats. He has 6 hits. First pitch into Boning. At the top of the zone, above the letters, a ball. 1-0 the count. Boning on the season, a few extra base hits to his name. A double and a triple. Has not gone deep with the long ball. The 1-0. Boning lines into left center field. Call underneath it, makes the catch. And the second out is retired, so a quick 1-2 here for Cody Adcock in his Oaks debut. Just 6 pitches on the first 2 batters.
And Adcock's doing a really great job attacking the zone, getting a lot of strikes, and letting the hitters hit the ball and letting his defense do the work.
Josh Cowden, the 3-hole left fielder, steps into the box. Cowden, last time against the Oaks, went 1 for 4. The first pitch to him misses the zone outside, a ball. 1-0 the count. On the season, Cowden, he's batted .290 in 31 at-bats, 9 hits, including 3 extra base hits. The 1-0, cut through and missed. Below the knees, Adcock drew a swing and got a strike call from it. Cowden, He had a double and a bases-loaded walk in the ninth inning. Or he loaded the bases with the walk in the ninth inning the last time against the Oaks, but was not able to score as the 1-1 below the knees, a ball. The count 2-1.
Adcock.
Cody Adcock, we were talking with pitching coach Scott Radinsky. This is the first time he's seen him on the hill as the 2-1 cut through and missed 2-2. He said, I'll be really interested to see what Cody Adcock brings. I asked him if he was throwing him into the fire. He said, yes, I am. I'm throwing him to the wolves, and that's what he wants. So Cody Adcock definitely not scared of the moment. The 2-2. Cut on and skied down the third base line in foul territory. Smith tracking at the fence. Just won't get there. About 2 feet outside of the fence. Cowden stays alive at 2-2.
Adcock, a man that goes to Ole Miss, was the 11th best player out of the state of Arkansas coming out of high school this past year. He was the number 3 pitcher out of the state of Arkansas. He was a 2-time all-conference and all-state selection when he was playing at Arkansas High School in Texarkana, Arkansas.
So a few Ole Miss products here on the Oaks. As the 2-2 off-speed pitch elevated, Arroyo gets out of his stance, and it is a ball. The count worked full. The first time that we've seen Adcock now in a walk situation where if he misses the zone, he will have a runner aboard. The first time we've really seen a need for a payoff pitch. And he gets a swing and a miss. A strikeout swinging for Josh Cowden, the first of the day for Cody Adcock. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Cody Adcock, a 1-2-3 great start to his Oaks career, as the bottom of the inning will feature the top of the Oaks order. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream. After a 1-2-3 inning in the first, the Oaks, they come to the plate for their half of the initial inning of this game. Zach Gregory going to lead off. He's going to face off against Tristan Garnett. Garnett has had 1 appearance on the season. He pitched 3 innings of no-run ball, allowed 3 hits to Palm Springs in a non-CCL conference game. The Saints, they dropped that game 11-2. First pitch to Gregory. Catches his own at the knees for a strike. The count 0-1. Gregory on the season batting .235, or excuse me, just batting .200 in the first 3 games that he's had as an Oak. As the 0-1 into Gregory. Catches his own on the outside part of the plate for a strike. The count 0-2. Gregory, 2 hits in 10 at-bats, but he has had 16 plate appearances, and that's why his on-base percentage is at .500. So while he has not been getting the hits, he has been getting on base in other aspects. The 0-2 fought off and fouled out of play down the left field line. Gregory stays alive at 0-2. We saw him yesterday battle from down in the count, especially to lead off the game. He forced a full count and then shot a ball through the gap for a leadoff single. Now behind the count again to start off the game. The 0-2. Cut through, fouled back against the screen. 0-2 again. Gregory in the last time against the Saints, 0 for 3, but 2 walks, including a run scored in the game. The 0-2 again. Breaking ball. Gregory looks at it, in at the knees for a strike. A strikeout looking for Zach Gregory, a 5-pitch at-bat where Tristan Garnett was peppering the strike zone. And that will bring up Grant Smith. Smith on the season, batting .250 on the year. Garnett. First pitch to Smith. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Misses the zone. A ball. 1-0 the count. The first ball that we've seen from Tristan Garnett today. At Cal Lutheran, the breeze blowing out towards right field as it typically is. The 1-0. Off-speed pitch catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. We see Sebring in center, shaded just to the right side of the pitcher's mound. As the 1-1 bounces in a ball, 2-1. All other defensive alignments are typical. The 2-1. Garnett to the plate, in at the knees and inside. Smith did not love the call on that pitch. Now the count even at 2 apiece. The 2-2. In there, bouncing. Smith swings and misses. The second strikeout for Garnett, the second batter he's faced, and it brings way to Brendan Bobo. And the way that Smith has been getting strikes, Brendan Bobo has had 5 strikeouts in his last 2 games. He's going to try to change that here against a strike-throwing pitcher. Bobo on the season batting .438. He does have 7 strikeouts, but he has been hitting the ball better than any Oak so far to this point in the season. The lefty Garnett into the lefty Bobo. Brendan Bobo rips one just foul of the first base bag. 0-1 the count.
So far this season, we've seen Brendan Bobo swing at that first pitch strike a lot of times. Said pregame that he's hungry for a hit.
The 0-1 skied and out of play for a strike foul ball. 0-2. And Brendan Bobo is always hungry. Says he doesn't eat breakfast so that he can stay hungry at the plate. Maybe it's because there's something wrong with his teeth. The 0-2. Catches him in at the knees. A 1-2-3 inning, 3 strikeouts. Brendan Bobo does not like the call. The Oaks, they get sat down in short order, and we head to the top of the second inning here on the Conejo Oaks live stream. The top of the second inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Ryan Milano joined by Knight Uretsky. 1, 2, 3 innings for both the Oaks and the Saints to start out this game. Peyton Lewis, the catcher, the leadoff man now in the box. First pitch to him. Broken bat to shortstop. Naviak makes the throw onto first base. It's in time, and Peyton Lewis will have to get some new swinging material when he gets back to the dugout as he breaks his bat on the first pitch he sees of the game.
And that's an unfortunate at bat right there for Lewis. It's the first pitch he swings at all game, and he breaks his bat. Went right to the shortstop Naviak, and it was an easy play, and already 1 out.
1 down brings up Bo Willis. Willis went 1 for 4 against the Oaks in the last time that these teams played. The first pitch to him, cut through and missed. Pitch identified on the outside part of the plate, swung through by Willis. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Swung through and missed again. 2 swings, 2 misses, 2 strikes to Bo Willis. Cody Adcock peppering the strike zone early.
And both these pitchers are doing a great job right now firing at the strike zone. Saw Garnett in the first half, 3 strikeouts, and now Adcock had a strikeout and a couple of batters down.
The 0-2 elevated off the plate, a ball. 1-2 the count. We've seen Adcock when he got up 0-2 to Drew Calley to lead off the game. He threw a ball out of the zone and then went right back in. That pitch, or that batter, Calley flew out to shortstop. Here the 1-2, swung through and missed. Ball in the dirt, the throw down to first in time. And another strikeout, the second of the day for Cody Adcock. We've seen in this game 8 total batters, 5 combined strikeouts for both Adcock and Garnett.
It's resulted in a pretty quick game so far. Already 2 outs in the second, and this game's only taken about 20 minutes.
Jag Burden, he comes to the plate. The right fielder, first pitch to him, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. Another reason why there has been a plethora of strikeouts because the home plate umpire, he will call well-executed pitches strikes even if they are close to the outside part of the plate. That one, right on the black, got called a strike. The 0-1 cut through and missed. That pitch off the plate, Burden went fishing for it, couldn't get down to it. Burden on the season batting .303, 33 at-bats, 10 hits on the season, as well as 7 RBIs. The 0-2. Burden fouls one right back against the screen. 0-2 will be done again.
Would have caught that if there was no netting. It literally came right back towards me, right where my left hand would have been.
Yeah, I saw that. It was coming right back into the booth. It looked like it was tailor-made for you. The 0-2. Low. Burden does not offer a ball. 1-2 the count. We haven't seen Adcock get a strikeout on an 0-2 count. He has tried to induce swings. So far, the Saints being well-disciplined and not offering. The 1-2, lined into right field, drops in front of Carrillo. He picks it up, throws it back into the infield. And the first man is aboard for either team in this game is Jag Burden. He gets a single with 2 outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Cooper Elliott.
Cooper Elliott steps to the box now with Burden standing on first. Elliott, the first baseman, on the season batting .292, 7 hits and 24 at-bats. First pitch into him, lined into center field, call coming in, makes the dive, cannot make the play. Carrillo backs him up, the runner's coming around, all the way home. It's going to be Burden. He's not going to get in. The throw not going to get in there as an RBI double, a good piece of 2-out hitting. We've seen exemplary 2-out hitting so far this season from all teams that the Oaks have faced, including the Oaks. That time, 2 consecutive hits, a single for Burden, a double for Elliott, drives in the first run of the ball game.
And we've seen throughout the year Hunter Call make diving catches, but we've also seen him miss diving catches. That's another example right there where he misses a diving attempt. It results in the double and the run coming in all the way around from first.
That will bring to the box Jonas Sebring. He's playing center field on the day. Cody Adcock now, after giving up 2 consecutive hits, peppers the zone with a strike. The count 0-1. And this will be a good test to see how Adcock can battle with a runner in scoring position. Sebring on the season batting .143, just 2 hits and 14 at-bats. The 0-1, below the knees, a ball, 1-1 the count. On the CCL season for Jonas Sebring, or at least the CCL South season, 1 for 6. He did not appear in the game against Conejo 2 days ago. Adcock looking for a sign from Arose. Checks the runner. Burford holding him on. Now goes home. The runner goes. Arose's throw down not in time. Cooper Elliott steals third base. And now there's a runner 90 feet away.
That throw right there from Arose came to the left side of the third base side. If you wanted to get the runner, it had been low and to the right side of the bag. That time a little bit too far to the left of the bag. Not going to get the runner there. And Elliott, great speed and got a great jump.
The 2-1 to Sebring. Lined into left field. Back is Gregory at the track, looking up. It's off the wall. 1 run's going to score. Sebring into second. Headed for third. Naviak cuts it off, throws to third, and he's tagged out at the bag. The inning is over, so 2 runs scored on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After an RBI double from Jonas Sebring, clears the bases, and after an RBI double from Cooper Elliott, the batter before, also drove in a run. The score 2-0 on the Conejo Oaks live stream. The Oaks side when we come back for the bottom of the second. The Oaks, they try to bounce back after Arroyo Seco put up a 2-spot in the top of the second inning. Cody Adcock, he got his first 5 batters out, but then allowed 3 consecutive hits to allow 2 runs. Brendan Durfee, the man to face off against Tristan Garrett. The first pitch, low, misses the zone, a ball. 1-0 the count. Durfee on the season, batting .300, a .417 on-base percentage. The 1-0. Low, below the knees, a ball. Durfee ahead in the count 2-0. And I was talking with Brendan Durfee, and he's actually changing his swing, trying to work on some things. As in center field, actually, Jonas Sebring is trotting in. I believe he had some of his batting equipment still on him, so he's going to bring that back into the infield. They're playing relay. Sebring to Cobb. Cobb's going to give it to first base with Cooper. And then Cooper is going to give it to one of the coaches in the dugout. A true assembly line. But for Durfee, the way that he's been working on his swing is he used to have his hands, when he started his swing, up towards his eyes. And then when the pitch would come in, he'd drop it below the arm level around his waist as the 2-1, or the 2-0 in there for a strike 2-1. Used to drop it down around his waist level and then swing sort of up at the ball. It would force him to try to muscle balls out and have poor power opposite way. what he's been working on at Cal Lutheran, staying through the ball, a consistent swing path. We see it here as he drives one to first base. It's picked up by the first baseman. Garrett touches the bag before Durfee able to get there. So Durfee retired to start off the inning. Cooper to Garrett for the first out.
That was a tough play right there. Garrett, a lefty, was moving towards his right side. The throw came to the left side of his body, so he had to move the glove to the left side of his body as he was moving right, which was a tough play, and then tap on the base right before Durfee could get there. It was a tough play, but he made it work, and there's one gone.
The Oaks still have not recorded a base runner so far through their first 4 batters. Reagan Burford trying to change that. The first pitch to him. He squares to bunt. It's down the third base line. Cowley throws on to first. It's not in time. Reagan Burford, a bunt single to get aboard. He will improve that batting average. He goes from 296, make it a little bit higher as Reagan Burford has been swinging the hottest bat for the Oaks and now bunting the hottest bat for the Oaks.
And Burford showed bunting a lot this season. I think it was about his 3rd or 4th time. That time he laid it down for the 2nd time this season. That was a perfectly placed bunt. And you know, that's something that he really wants to improve on. It's something that he's going to be doing at Ole Miss. There's not a lot of bunt hitters at Ole Miss right now. And when he gets back to Oxford next spring, that's something that you'll probably see him doing.
Anson Arose into the box. Watches the first pitch bounce into him for a ball. Arose on the season, batting .400 on the year, leads the team in on-base percentage with .615. He has gotten on base any way that he can. Garrett, a lefty, looking at the runner on first in Burford. Burford cannot get as big of a lead as he would against a righty. The 1-0 into Arose, in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. Arose checks a sign from Mark Fitzgerald on the third base line. Gets it. Now steps into the box. Pickoff attempt. Burford dives back in safely. The throw from Garrett almost up the line as Cooper able to corral it before it got any further. The 1-1 into Anson. Cut through and missed. A hesitant swing from Arose as that pitch was elevated. Probably would have missed the zone high. He was going to try to check his swing back. Ended up just being a soft swing through the zone to go down in the count 1-2.
And Arose batting from that right-handed side this time. Haven't really seen him that much batting from that side of the plate. A switch hitter, he's been batting a lot lefty.
The 1-2, elevated. Burford goes. The throw down, not in time. Reagan Burford steals second base as Cobb. The throw was in just ahead of Burford, but too far off the plate for Cobb to apply the tag. And I was talking with Anson Arose before the first game against Arroyo Seco 2 days ago, and he said he's a natural righty, but he's becoming more and more comfortable in the left-handed batter's box. But he is very comfortable batting righty. The 1-2, lined into left field. Tracking back is Cowden. He's underneath it. Burford heads back to second, and 2 batters are retired in the inning for Conejo.
Now batting, the shortstop,
JT Naviak. He's coming in for the first time since the game against Arroyo Seco. He did not appear in yesterday's game against the Santa Barbara Foresters. Naviak batting .304 on the season. First pitch to him, high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. As Garrett checks the runner, heads to the plate, catches the black on the outside part of the plate. A strike. 1-1 the count.
And Naviak didn't really play yesterday. Had a little bit of a cold streak going before yesterday's game, and that probably resulted in his lack of playing time yesterday.
The 1-1 on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Naviak down in the count. 1-2 against Arroyo Seco in his last game. Naviak 2 for 4 with 2 singles, but also 2 strikeouts. Garrett checks the runner, heads to the plate. The 1-2 cut through and missed. The first hit for the Oaks gets aboard, but not able to come to the plate as no runs are scored. A single runner left on base and no errors. Arroyo Seco, they still lead 2-0 as they will head on the defensive side of things as we come back for the top of the third inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream by KDTV. Nine, 2-1, the batting order in this inning set to face off against Cody Adcock. Adcock, he started last inning just as good as he started the first, but did not finish it as such. Let up 2 runs in the inning with 2 doubles and a single. The first pitch into Cobb, elevated and away, a ball. 1-0 the count. Jackson Cobb, the last time he played against the Oaks, he had a home run in the 9th inning to lead it off. He went 4 for 4 on base against Conejo as the 0-1 misses, or the 1-0 misses the zone for a ball 2-0.
And that home run that Cobb hit, that was off of Clay Rickerman. I was talking to Rickerman on that. He said that was a splitter low in the zone. About 90% of the time, that's going to result in a ground out.
The 2-0 cut through and missed. Another pitch low in the zone that Cobb wanted. That time he swung through it. The count 2-1. Cobb went 2 for 2 on the day against Conejo, but reached base 2 other times with 2 walks. The 2-1. On the outside part of the plate, Arose does not do a good enough frame job to get the called strike. The count 3-1. Adcock has to battle back to the 9-hole hitter.
And Cobb, he's from Texarkana, Texas, and Adcock, he's from Texarkana, Arkansas. So this is a Texarkana matchup.
The 3-1. Lifted in the air to left. Gregory underneath it, takes a few steps in, makes the squeeze, and Cobb is retired. So Adcock, he's gotten the leadoff runner out in all 3 of his innings. Now the lineup turns over to Drew Cowley.
Drew Cowley.
Cowley got down 0-2 early in the leadoff spot, then saw a ball, and then flew out to JT Naviak on the infield. First pitch to him, elevated off the plate, a ball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 into Cali, lines one to second base, gets past the glove of Burford, into right field. Carrillo picks it up, and Drew Cali aboard with a single.
And Cali consistently one of the better hitters for the Saints, if not the best hitter for the Saints. And, you know, another example right there. Takes a pitch, rips it to right field. That's a single for him, and he gets on board again. You know, that's why he's batting .375.
That's why he's in the 1 spot. 9 hits, make it 10 on the season. Only 2 strikeouts on the year. He has a stolen bag on the season as well, something for Adcock to watch on the hill, a Rose to watch behind the dish. Bobo holds him on at first. The first pitch grounded to third. Smith to second. And the throw to first, not in time. Brandon Boning grounds into a fielder's choice, so the runner does not advance, and that makes way for Josh Cowden, who struck out his last time up.
Now batting, the left fielder, Josh
That was a slow bouncing ball that got to Smith. That's why it took so long to get the ball from third to second and not able to have enough time to go from second to first.
I mentioned the strikeout in Cowden's last time up. He saw a full count. First pitch to him, cut through, miss. The runner's going. The throw down, in time to get him. Anson Rose on the money. Naviak, the tag applied. So a 1-2-3 inning for Cody Adcock as the Oaks, they get out of it with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as Anson Rose catches Brandon Boning going. The bottom of the third inning as the Oaks, they try to come back from a 2-0 deficit on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Leading off the inning for the Oaks, it's TJ Foreman. Our apologies, the lineup card we got before the game said Austin Carrillo was in right field. So Foreman actually the starting right fielder. First pitch to him, elevated, a ball. 1-0 is the count. Foreman on the season, batting .303. He's had 10 hits, all of them singles. The 1-0 below the knees, a ball. 2-0 the count.
And Foreman, he has been battling with an ankle injury. He said he sprained his ankle right before the first game. Today, 92% better.
The 2-0, missed the zone, a ball. Foreman ahead, 3-0 early.
And Foreman, batting eighth today, loves to be in that 7-8 spot instead of the leadoff spot.
The 3-0 pitch misses the zone. A leadoff walk for TJ Foreman. He's aboard. It's his first time that he's gotten aboard with a walk the entire season. And he made it look easy. Just stared at a few pitches go right by him and was able to get aboard on first base, and that's not the man who you want leaving on.
Yeah, TJ Foreman, the speed is real. Like we've mentioned all season, the Ventura College stolen base leader. And now it wouldn't surprise me if we see him running with his ankle 100, or not 100%, but 92% better than we've seen it all year. He's been able to steal bags even with his ankle being bummed up.
Garrett, the first pitch to call, off speed, above the letters, a ball, 1-0 the count. Hunter call. He's done a great job of getting aboard this season. Batting .308 with a .556 on base percentage. He's tied for the team lead in walks with 5. The 1-0 as Foreman goes. The throw not in there in time. The pitch was a ball. So Foreman on second. Hunter call now looking at a 2-0 count with a runner in scoring position and no one down in the inning.
And Foreman said in high school, if you didn't steal a bag after 2 pitches, his coach would ask, what is wrong? Right here, 2 pitches in, steals a base already.
And I presume with his ankle getting better and better with each day that he will be stealing more and more bags. He's going for third. The 2-0, the throw down, not in time. TJ Foreman has stole his way 90 feet from home. As now Hunter Call looking in to a 3-0 count.
And you can see Foreman's fired up after stealing back-to-back bases on 2 straight pitches. Got to think that's a huge confidence boost for him.
Garrett thrown 7 straight balls, gets one into the zone there. Call did not have the green light on that pitch. Now sees a 3-1.
And Garnett, he's done a really good job. His first inning struck out the side, had a strikeout last inning to end it against Naviac, but so far a little bit of trouble.
3-1. In at the knees on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Tristan Garnett gets back. The count now full to Hunter Call. My apologies. I had it written down as Garrett. It is Garnett. The payoff pitch to Call. He looks at it, 3 straight strikes, and Hunter Call goes down swinging, the 5th strikeout, and his first time through the order for Tristan Garnett.
And that's the 3rd time he's gotten a batter looking in those 5 strikeouts. So far a pretty good percentage. 60% of his strikeouts have come looking.
And that, I think, has a little bit to do with the expanded strike zone that the umpire has been showing so far today. It's been to the benefit of both Conejo and Arroyo Seco. But we will see, at least if it stays consistent, a few more strikeout lookings than we're used to as Gregory looks in at a strike, in at the knees. The count, 0-1. Gregory, one of those looking strikeouts his first time up. It's crucial for the Oaks to put the bat on the ball, put the ball on the ground, preferably a hard hit ground ball through the hole. As the 0-1 elevated above the letters, a ball, 1-1 the count.
And Garnett, originally from Portland, Oregon, playing at Cal State Dominguez Hills. That's a D2 college, but he was also recruited by Oregon State University of Portland. So 2 D1 schools wanted him, but he decided to go play D2 ball, so he has a lot of talent.
The 1-1. Outside, misses the zone. 2-1 the count. TJ Foreman, just 90 feet from home. The infield's not in. We see at third base Drew Calley, his feet just shy of the grass, approaching it, but everyone else playing standard. A ground ball in the infield, they'll likely let the run go through. The 2-1 to Gregory. In the zone, a strike. Now a 2-2 count. It's crucial that Gregory puts his bat on the ball here, stays alive, as there was a runner on third with nobody down. It is crucial that that runner gets home and that there is not 2 consecutive strikeouts for the Oaks. Time to protect the plate if you're Zach Gregory. The 2-2. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, fielded by Cobb. The throw to first, an RBI for Zach Gregory, and that's a successful at-bat for him despite getting out. The Oaks, they cut the lead in half, 2-1.
And like you said, it had to be a ground ball up the middle. That one gets the run in, but it was all caused because TJ Foreman stole second base and then third base during the at-bat from Hunter Call. That really set up the Oaks with a runner in scoring position as they now cut the lead in half.
And now there's nobody on for Grant Smith. The last time up, he saw a 2-2 at bat and then struck out swinging. The first pitch into him in there for a strike, so he falls behind again. 0-1 the count. Garnett nods, winds up, pitches and fights off a pitches Smith into the screen on the right side of play, out of play. 0-2 the count to Grant Smith.
And the first time Smith was up, he got down 0-2 in that one. Did take a ball, but then struck out. Right now, battling again.
That was just Smith's 4th strikeout of the season. He watches this pitch go to the backstop, just misses catching him. The count, 1-2. So he's trying to avoid his 5th strikeout here, as he has not been someone who has struck out often. One of the lower strikeout totals on the team, especially for the amount of at-bats that he's had. The 1-2. Missed the zone, a ball. The count now even after Smith works back. I was talking to Raul Sandoval, one of the center fielders for the Oaks. He said, Grant Smith has been seeing the ball incredibly well. He's been raking. The 2-2. Cut through and missed. 2 strikeouts on the day for Grant Smith. The Oaks, they score 1 on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, but the lead cut in half. as we head to the top of the fourth inning here at George Sparky Anderson Field, as you're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream by KDTV on YouTube. Top of the fourth inning, Ryan Milano joined by Knight Uretsky. The middle innings of play-by-play, Knight, they're yours.
And thank you, Ryan. And to lead off here in the top of the fourth inning, it's going to be Josh Cowden. Cowden, his last time up, saw one pitch before Brendan Boning was caught stealing. The left fielder, Cowden, steps in, and the first pitch from Adcock is swung on and missed from Cowden. Cowden, his first time up, got a full count. It was a 7-pitch at bat to him, but it ended in a strikeout. That ended the first inning. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball outside. Misses the plate. It's 1-1. Cowden this season batting .290 on the year. Young man out of Payson, Utah. Goes to BYU. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again. The count's now 1-2 to Cowden.
And right there we saw Adcock slow down the velocity, and there we saw Cowden way out in front.
Cowden, the 3-hole hitter for the Saints, as they lead 2-1. Nobody out, 1-2 count. The pitch from Adcock high, and it's now 2-2. The count's even. Cowden, yesterday against the Barons, went 1 for 5 in that performance, struck out twice. 1 strikeout here today for Cowden. He's looking to improve. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside, misses the zone, and it's a second straight full count to Josh Cowden.
Right there we see Adcock trying to get the call, a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, trying to induce a swing and make it close enough for the umpire to make a decision.
Cowden, only 2 walks on the year, as the payoff pitch is a ball, and now it's the 3rd walk of the year for Josh Cowden.
And that's a pitch that we've seen consecutively today be called a strike. So far, the umpire, he's tightening up the zone here as we get later in the game.
So Cody Adcock walks the leadoff man, Josh Cowden. The 4-hole hitter, Peyton Lewis, the catcher. Two-1 the score. And the first pitch to Lewis is fouled away. Lewis going to start behind now, 0-1. Lewis, his first time up, grounded out to the shortstop Naviak. That was in the second inning. It was a first pitch swinging at bat for Lewis. It's the first out of the second inning. He was followed by Bo Willis, who struck out, but then the next 3 batters got on base for the Saints. Burden led off with a single. Elliott a double that brought in Burden. Then Sebring hit a double and then was thrown out at third as he was trying to go for third for a triple. Those were the 2 runs that came in. That was in the top of the second inning.
Lewis had to go and exchange his bat. I think he might have cracked it on that foul ball.
0-1 the count to Lewis. The pitch from Adcock swung on and missed, and Lewis goes down behind 0-2.
And we've seen Adcock consecutively today try to pepper in strikes at the knees on the outer half of the plate. Right there, he got induced another swing and a miss, went a little bit on the outside of the plate. It would have been called a ball, but he has been so consistent with his location, he induces a swing.
The 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded to the shortstop Naviak. Comes in, throws over to first, and the play is made at first, but the runner Cowden goes to second on the play. So now there's going to be a runner in scoring position with one out for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and their DH, Bo Willis, is coming up to the plate.
Bo Willis.
And right there, that play by Naviak, it was a slow ground ball in the infield. A good play to charge it, throw on to first, and get the out in time, beat Lewis by a step.
Adcock, he's set. The first pitch to Willis is missed by Willis as he swings. It's now 0-1 to him. That pitch was low in the zone. Willis, his first time up, struck out on 4 pitches. Was the second out of that top half of the second inning. Stands in this time with the runner on second. Reagan Burford, the second baseman, standing right next to second base as Adcock throws, and that one's inside for a ball. It's 1-1.
And we see it quite a bit when there's a runner on second. We see Burford get close to the bag in case Adcock wants to go and attempt to pick off, and then shades back to his normal position when Adcock heads to the dish.
The 1-1 pitch. This one misses in the zone. In the dirt, as it's now 2-1 to Bo Willis. Adcock this past season at Ole Miss had a 6.41 ERA in 14 appearances, pitched 19 2/3 innings, allowed 14 earned runs in that 19 2/3 innings pitched, also allowed 11 walks and 24 strikeouts. As the 2-1 pitch misses, it's now 3-1 to Willis.
Willis has just 2 hits on the season in the entirety of CCL play. He's 2 for 9 now after that strikeout in the second inning.
Runner on second as the pitch is in the dirt again. So after Willis swings and misses on the first pitch, 4 straight balls. And now coming up to the plate is Jag Burden, the right fielder.
Now batting, the right fielder, Jag Burden.
If you do the math on Adcock's stats at Ole Miss, appeared in 14 games and allowed 14 runs. So about 1 run per game that he appeared in. Today he's allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. As he fires, and the first pitch to Burden is in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
And to my math, that's exactly 1 run per outing that he's had, per inning that he's pitched.
Exactly. Jag Burden, his first time up, hit a single with 2 outs, then came around to score after Cooper Elliott hit an RBI double. That one was off the outfield wall. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, and the count's even at 1-1. Burden today playing right field, although he is listed as a center fielder. Also plays a little bit of first base. He's from Huntington Beach, California. Sophomore goes to UC Berkeley. The 1-1 pitch is fouled away by Burden, and he falls behind now 1-2. Burden on the season batting .303 at his 8th RBI of the year. 7th RBI 2 games ago. That was against the Riptide. As he swings and misses here, and he's gone swinging. So now 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 runners on, though. Runners on first and second. Cowden led off with a walk. Bo Willis then walked after Cowden got to second after Peyton Lewis grounded out. Burden just struck out, so now 2 gone. And Cooper Elliott, the first baseman, up at the plate.
That Burden strikeout, Adcock's third of the day.
First pitch now to Elliott, in there for a strike. Elliott gets behind now, 0-1. Mentioned it last at bat. Elliott, first pitch swinging in the top of the second inning. That was an RBI double off the right field wall. It was an impressive hit. That drove in Jag Burden, who just struck out. Has a chance for more RBIs here. The second pitch to him catches the knees. It's now 0-2 to Elliott.
And Burden did not like that, or excuse me, Elliott did not like that strike call. He checked with the home plate umpire and asked, where did that catch? He said low and outside.
That was the 20th pitch of the inning from Adcock. Adcock up to 51 pitches on the afternoon. The 0-2 pitch. This one fouled away by Elliott. The bat's going to continue. The 4th pitch coming up.
We've seen Adcock a lot, throw a lot of strikes throughout this game. Here we see him again in another 0-2 count.
Elliott listed as a utility man today, playing first base with the Saints. Last night went 2 for 3 as he now takes a ball high and inside. It's the first ball to him. 5th pitch coming up to Elliott. 1-2 the count.
Adcock 22 balls thrown throughout this game. That's the 23rd that he just threw in to Elliott. His pitch count over 50, so a better than 50% strike to ball ratio.
The 1-2 pitch. Catches the outside zone. Anson knew it as he ran towards the dugout, and that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Oaks, they trail 2-1 to the Arroyo Seco Sentence. Back here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Oaks trail 2-1, and coming up to the plate is Brendan Bobo as he stands in to face Tristan Garnett for the 2nd time today. The windup and the first pitch to Bobo is a breaking ball that misses out inside, and Bobo gets ahead 1-0. Bobo, his first time up, struck out on 3 pitches, that one looking, as the 1-0 pitch is fouled off of Bobo's leg. Counts even at 1-1. Bobo feeling that one a little bit, but he'll walk it off and get back into the box. So far, Garnett only allowing 1 run. That was after TJ Foreman came in, after stealing 2nd and 3rd base, and came in on a ground out, as now the 1-1 pitch misses low and outside, and Bobo gets ahead now 2-1.
And it's good to see Brendan Bobo get ahead in the count here. We haven't seen him get ahead in the count a few times over the last few games.
The 2-1 pitch. This one's grounded softly to the 3rd base. Cowley comes in, throw over to first. The play is made. That is a 5-3 play on 4 pitches to Brendan Bobo. And now 1 away, and Brendan Durfee coming up to the plate with nobody on.
And Bobo, he stumbled out of the box right there. He would have beat out that throw, but he hit it off the bat. He thought it was going foul, so he didn't get out of the box cleanly. Then when he started to ramp up the miles per hour down the line, he ended up stumbling, his legs going faster than his body, so ended up barely staying on his feet and then getting beat out by his step. After all of that, still almost beat out the throw.
So mentioned it last inning, Tristan Garnett, originally from Portland, Oregon, went to Westview High School there. Did go to Lynn Benton College for a year as the first pitch to Durfee, swing and a miss. It's 0-1 to Durfee. His team went 40-2 at Lynn Benton College. After playing there, he transferred and went to Cal State Dominguez Hills. Was the team's ace pitcher in 2019. The 0-1 pitch misses in the dirt. It's now even at 1-1 to Durfee.
And we see a lot with some of these players, both on the Oaks and around the CCL. We see them at D1 schools, but not get a ton of playing time for their collegiate team. What Garnett did is he went to a D2 school and was then the ace in the staff.
The 1-1 pitch catches the zone on the outside corner. It's now 1-2. Like you said, he was also scouted by Oregon State and Portland, both D1 schools. Oregon State, a D1 powerhouse. Could have gone there, originally from Oregon. Both his parents also from Oregon. As Durfee fouls this one away, the bat's going to continue. The fifth pitch coming up to Durfee. His father, Jerry, attended Lane Community College. That's in Eugene, where Ryan and I both go to school at the University of Oregon. His mom, Kristen, attended Mount Hood College. So an Oregonian pitcher now on the mound. The 1-2 pitch, and Durfee fouls this one away. Bat's going to continue. The sixth pitch coming up.
I was talking with one of Durfee's hitting coaches who works the snack bar here for the Oaks games, and he was talking that Durfee, before he fixed his swing, used to, on outside pitches, especially off-speed outside pitches, just was not able to make contact.
As Durfee lifts this one softly to left field, coming in is Cowden, and that one's not going to be made as Durfee's on with a single, and now a runner is on with one away for the Oaks.
And that's all a product on Durfee working on his swing. I talked about in his first at-bat in the second inning about how he changed his swing. Right there, able to fight off a pitch on the outside part of the plate and shoot it into left field. He was not able to do that with his old swing. That is all a product of the work that the Cal Lutheran hitting coach staff has been doing here to work on his swing, and the Conejo Oaks throughout the beginning part of this summer to continue his help with working on that swing. That is all a product on the work that he's put in.
The first pitch to Reagan Burford catches the outside corner. That one's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Burford, the second baseman today, played third base yesterday. His first time up, a bunt single on the first pitch. As he now stands in with a runner on first and one away as the throw over from Garnett. It's a nice dig by Elliott, but Durfee in there safely. Burford awaiting the second pitch to him. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. Counts even at 1-1. Burford coming into this coming into this game was batting .296. The single in the second going to improve his batting average. Hit for the cycle earlier this week as Burford gets a single again. This time finds the left field as now Durfee over to second, Burford to first, and now two men on with one away, and Anson Rose, the catcher, coming up.
And that was the first time that we've really seen a hard hit ball or a natural single right there, where Burford got on with a single the first time on a bunt, and then Durfee, he just fought one off and put it in the right spot. And I guess again right there for Burford, it wasn't exactly too hard of a hit ball. It was a medium strength ground ball that just got through the hole. So we really haven't seen the Oaks really pounce upon Tristan Garnett here. He has been able to induce soft contact and get a lot of strikeouts throughout this game. Now through the second time through the order, we'll see if the Oaks are able to barrel him up more.
First pitch to Rose, misses inside. Rose gets ahead 1-0. Rose, his first time up, flew out to the left fielder. That was a 5-pitch at bat. It was a 2-2 count before flying out to left field. The pitch to him is swung on and miss. Counts even at 1-1. Tying run is at second base in scoring position. Go-ahead run at first base in Burford. Still one out after Brendan Bobo grounded out to start the inning, but back-to-back singles as Arroyo hits a dribbler to first. That one, the nice play by Elliott as he threw over to second, got Burford out at 2, but Arroyo over to first. Now runners on the corners with now 2 outs.
And I thought off the bat that it was tough because Garnett did not get off the mound quickly, and I thought that all the runners were going to get advanced with an infield single, but a strong play at first base by Elliott to make the grab, know that there was not going to be a play at first, and throw on to second, and he just beat out Reagan Burford.
Up to the plate now is TJ Foreman, the right fielder. First pitch to him misses outside.
It's actually JT Naviak at the plate.
Excuse me, Naviak. Got a little too ahead of myself. Foreman's now on deck. Saw him walk up to grab a bat. Naviak now at the plate. Shortstop struck out on 4 pitches his last time up. As he swings and misses here, and the count's even at 1-1. So far, the tying run now on third base, 2 outs, and the Cal State Fullerton Titan, the shortstop at the plate. The 1-1 pitch, and Naviak hits a single, and this one is tied. Arose round second and back to second. So now 2 men on with 2 outs, and it's a 2-2 game.
And that's a great job by JT Naviak. At the plate, throughout the last few at-bats, he's been prone to strike out. In his last 6 at-bats, 3 singles now, 3 strikeouts. So what he does right there to get that third hit, stays down in the ball, doesn't try to do too much, just gets it through the hole on the ground and drives in the run. A great piece of hitting from JT Naviak to be able to sit on an off-speed pitch and then just shoot it in between short and third.
Action in the Saints bullpen now as the first pitch to TJ Foreman, swing and a miss. And Foreman gets his first strike called of the game. Foreman's first time up, 4 straight balls to him. Then he stole second and third base. Then came in on an RBI ground out by Zach Gregory, was the Oaks' first run of the game. But now, 2-2 the score. Foreman fouls this one away. He falls behind now 0-2. Both teams today, 4 hits a pair and 2 runs a pair each.
Right here, Foreman down 0-2, a singles hitter, and a speedy, one of the faster men on the Oaks on second base, despite it being a catcher in Anson Rose. He is athletic.
Foreman swings and fouls this one away.
It's key for Foreman to keep the at-bat alive. He's not someone who walks too much. The first time he reached on a base on balls on the season was in the 3rd inning in his first at-bat of this game. So it's crucial for him to wait for a pitch that he likes and fight off the pitches that are in the zone that he's not going to do anything with.
Foreman batting .303 on the year. The 0-2 pitch, he fouls this one away. The 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
And a strong job already battling by TJ Foreman, already fouling off 2 pitches, and we've seen a few times this year, typically for the opposing team against the Oaks, is when the Oaks pitchers, they get ahead in counts, then the opposing batters, they fight back, and eventually, deep in counts, are able to punch one into the outfield for a single. Here, TJ Foreman trying to do the same thing now as the Oaks hitter.
Foreman's cleats a little bit dirty. A lot of that has to do with his stolen bases as the 0-2 pitch, and Foreman lifts this one to right field. Burden under it. He makes the play, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 2 hits. 2 hits, yes. No errors, 2 runners left on, and 1 runner comes in to score. So this game is tied 2-2. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. We're heading to the top of the 5th, still tied. Back here for the top of the 5th inning, Jonah Sebring, the center fielder, going to be coming up to the plate.
The center fielder.
Cody Adcock, still the pitcher on the mound for the Oaks. He's working in his 5th inning now. Has only thrown 54 pitches thus far. 2-2 the score after the Oaks have scored 1 run in each of the past 2 innings. 2 runs came in the top of the 2nd for the Saints as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Sebring. Sebring, his first time up, hit a double. That was to left field, then tried to go for 3 and was thrown out on the relay from left field to the shortstop to third. As he swings and misses on a ball in the dirt, he goes behind now 0-2.
And we've seen Cody Adcock really get into his stuff in the last few batters. Strikeout to Jack Burton, strikeout to Cooper Elliott to end the inning, and now goes up immediately 0-2 as he just got Jonah Sebring to spit on a pitch that died in the dirt.
The pitch to Sebring in the dirt, strikeout for Adcock, the throw over to first, the play is made. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Cody Adcock.
And 3rd consecutive strikeout for him. He now deep into this ball game, now has a rhythm with Anson Arroyo, now able to throw pitches wherever he wants them. Typically at the start of a game, takes a few outs. Now he's fully in the rhythm of the game, deep into the middle of this game. 4th and 5th inning is where he's really shown his stuff.
Adcock had 24 strikeouts in 14 appearances this past year at Ole Miss as the first pitch to Jackson Cobb misses outside. It's a ball 1-0 to him. Cobb, his first time up, flew out to the left fielder. That was a 5-pitch at bat. Got ahead 3-1 before flying out to the left fielder. That's Gregory over there in left as the second pitch to Cobb misses for a ball. It's now 2-0 to him. Cobb, a young man out of Texas Tech, as the 2-0 pitch is fouled away by Cobb. It's now 2-1. Mentioned it the last time he was up. He's from Texarkana, Texas. Cody Adcock from Texarkana, Arkansas. So, think there's a little bit of beef happening?
I don't.
No? You don't think there's a
I'd be
Texas?
surprised if they even know.
The 2-1 pitch is lifted to center field. Call coming over to right center. The play is made, and it's an F8 play on 4 pitches. Now 7 pitches in the inning and 2 outs from Adcock.
The third baseman, Drew Cowley.
Drew Cowley up to the plate, the third baseman for the Saints. Adcock's been dealing. The first pitch to Cowley is grounded to the second baseman Burford. The throw over to first, the play is made, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, no runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score still 2-2. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Back for the bottom of the sixth inning, bottom of the fifth inning, as Hunter Call now steps up to the plate. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning from Adcock. Got a little ahead of myself as I was thinking it was already the sixth, but still the first pitch to him is outside for a ball. It's 1-0 to Hunter Call. Call, his first time up, struck out looking. That was in a full count situation. It was a 6-pitch at bat, as the 1-0 pitch to him misses outside. It's now 2-0 to Hunter Call.
We saw Hunter Call get ahead 3-0 in his last at bat and then see 3 straight strikes that he looked at to strike out looking. Here we see 2 consecutive balls here to start off this second at bat for Hunter Call.
The 2-0 pitch that misses, and it's now 3-0 to Hunter Call for the second time today.
And that on 2-0 is a ball. On 3-0 is probably called for a strike. That pitch came in right at the letters, a breaking pitch.
The 3-0 pitch misses low and outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Hunter Call. That was the 75th pitch thrown of the game for Tristan Garnett.
The left fielder, Zach.
Still a man in the bullpen working out for the Saints, loosening it up, just in case that Garnett gets a little bit in trouble. Runner on first, nobody out. The leadoff man, Hunter Call, gets on base. Seen him get on base a couple of times throughout the season. Been able to steal some bases with his speed. As he now goes, the first pitch to Gregory outside. Call in there safely. And just as I was saying, his speed is there. Steals a bag.
Yeah, and Hunter Call is someone who's always a danger to steal a bag anytime he gets on the base paths. Right there, we've already seen a few Oaks so far today. Reagan Burford and TJ Foreman steal bags, so no surprise that Call goes.
So Call now on second, nobody out. The leadoff man, Zach Gregory, the left fielder at the plate. The 1-0 pitch, and that caught his right hand. They're going to award him first on a check swing. He did not swing. It catches his hand, and he's in a lot of pain right now. Zach Gregory, the left fielder out of Arkansas, is in a lot of pain. Caught his wrist, it looked like, as he check swung.
And right there on the hand, especially a hit by pitch, it's always dangerous. We see Coach Dave Solis going to check on his left fielder. We see the head trainer, Yosh, come out to go check on him as well.
Grant Smith, who's coming up next, also standing there with Solis and Yosh.
And it's always a danger, especially when you get a pitch from these high-level pitchers, both collegiate and professional. They're throwing in the 90s. Right there, Gregory, he did a little bit to himself on a check swing. His hand came closer than it would have if it wasn't, but caught him on the hand, and now the danger is make sure that the hand is not broken. Coach Dave Solis goes and motions to the dugout. A little pinch runner. I think he's going to try to get Raul Sandoval to go. Now Sandoval is trotting down. He's warming up. So Solis motioned to the dugout to someone, and then Sandoval immediately got up off the bench and started getting warm. So I believe that if Gregory cannot continue, that a pinch runner will be in for him.
Gregory had a RBI ground out his last time up in the third, struck out in the first, but here hit by a pitch on the second pitch to him. Still being attended to.
Gregory now handing his batting equipment, his shields and guards over to the head trainer, Yosh. And he's going to walk down to first.
Looks like he's okay. And a group of cheers and clapping from the Oak section as they see Gregory head down to first.
The third baseman.
So he seems okay, and he's going to be standing on first base. So the first 2 men of the inning get on. Hunter Call with a walk on 4 pitches. He then stole second base after the first pitch to Gregory, and then the second pitch to Gregory hit him. And now a meeting coming to the mound. Aaron Milome, the manager, coming out there.
And we see Dave Solis now come out to talk to Grant Smith, Brendan Bobo on deck, and the third base coach, and Mark Fitzgerald. He motioned to Raul Sandoval in the dugout. Sandoval, who went from running, went to the dugout to put on his gloves, so maybe a defensive substitution in the outfield after this inning.
But
hopefully Zach Gregory's okay no matter what happens.
But a pitching change right now for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and we're going to take a break right after the pitching change. Back here in the bottom of the fifth inning, 2-2 the score, both teams with 4 hits apiece. Now coming up to the plate is Grant Smith, not shortstop today. He's going to be being the third baseman today. He stands in with 2 runners on. Hunter Call got on with a walk, then stole second. Zach Gregory at first after a hit by pitch. New pitcher on the mound, it's Kyle Sonduk for the Saints. Final line for Tristan Garnett, 77 pitches thrown, 4 innings pitched, 19 batters faced, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, and 2 runs.
And 2 more responsible for on the bag. So if both Call and Gregory come around to score, Tristan Garnett will end his day with 4 earned runs.
Kyle Sonduk, young man that's going to be a sophomore at University of Texas San Antonio in the fall. As the first pitch to Smith, he bunts. Coming in is the third baseman Cowley. Throw over to first, gets off of Cobb's leg. He came over from second. A run's going to come in to score, and now a runner over to third. They throw to third. Nobody is there, and coming around to score is Gregory, and over to second is Smith. And the Oaks, they take a 4-2 lead.
And what a play, making something happen. Grant Smith, he hasn't put the ball in play yet today. There, he decides to just square around and bunt. I think it's a great call by the third base umpire, Mark Fitzgerald, by head coach Dave Solis, who talked to Mark Fitzgerald before that at bat. They had a lot of time to talk about it. And I think it is a well-executed play for the Oaks. Take a 4-2 lead, put something in play, make it happen with the speed on the base paths that you have in Call and Gregory. You make a lot of things happen. An infield single for Grant Smith, and then advances to second on the air.
So Cowley, the third baseman, came in, threw over to first base. Cobb, the second baseman, was there covering on the play. Went off of his leg, then they threw it over to third. Nobody was there, and in came a run. As the first pitch to Brendan Bobo swung on and miss, and Bobo's now behind 0-1. Bobo, his first time up, struck out looking on 3 pitches. Second time up, a ground out to third on 4-pitch at bat. Stands in with a runner on second. The 0-1 pitch, and He's now behind 0-2 after 2 straight swinging strikes.
And Brendan Bobo, he admits that the last 2 games he's had, not his best day. He's trying to get back on track here. It's about locating the ball, seeing it into the bat, and making sure that the bat makes contact, because when he barrels it up, it will fly.
The pitch from Sonduck, fouled away by Bobo. That one off of himself, and the bat's going to continue. The 4th pitch of the bat coming up, 0-2 count.
That's the second time we've seen today a foul ball off of Brendan Bobo, as in the 4th inning he also fouled one right off of himself as well. This one not as hard hit.
Sonduck, originally from Katy, Texas. This past season at UTSA. 10 innings pitched. As the pitch to Bobo misses outside. It's 1-2 now. 10 2/3 innings pitched, that is. 13 hits around. 10 runs given up. And a 6.75 ERA. Did have 9 strikeouts, though. Sonduck set. And the pitch misses outside. The ball gets away from Lewis, and over to third base is Smith. So now a runner 90 feet away, and the Oaks are up by 2.
And a great jump right there by Grant Smith, and great communication from the dugout. The dugout saw that the ball got away. Smith did as well, and right as the ball leaked out, it was all in unison. The dugout screams, "Go," and away, and then Smith, bolting over to third base, gets in without a throw.
2-2 the count, the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Bobo swings and misses, and Bobo's gone for the 3rd time today. This time his 2nd time swinging, and the first strikeout of the game for Kyle Sonduck.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Brendan Durfee.
Now coming up is the DH, Brendan Durfee. He stands in with a runner on third, 1 out. 4-2 the score, the Oaks lead. The Oaks taking the lead on a 2-run bunt from Grant Smith. So a very unusual play. Also had an error in that play as the first pitch to Durfee misses outside. It's now 1-0. Durfee, first time up, ground out to the first baseman. And a 2nd time up, hit a single. Went to third but was left stranded. He stands in, and the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. The count's even at 1-1.
It is crucial right here for the Oaks to execute with runners in scoring position. We've seen them throughout the year be solid with runners in scoring position, but sometimes they have left some of their friends aboard. Here it's key after the Bobo strikeout to put the ball in play for Durfee.
The 1-1 pitch. And that one catches the outside corner. It's now 1-2. One looked a little bit outside to me, but it's called a strike. It's a favorable call for Sonduck.
And that's been a strike call that the home plate umpire's been calling all day. The outside part of the plate away from the hitters. If it gets close and is well executed into the mitt, he's been calling it strikes.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Durfee, and back-to-back Ks for Sonduck. It's the 2nd of the game. And now 2 are gone with a runner on third here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And something I've noticed, and this is absolutely not consequential to the game whatsoever, but back-to-back batters, both Durfee and now Reagan Burford, both have their back pocket untucked.
It's probably because they have their batting gloves in that back pocket, and they take them out of that back pocket to put them on to hit.
Absolutely. I think that's absolutely right. But most of the time, you see it be tucked back in. Both batters have had that right back pocket untucked.
I was a back pocket out guy myself. As the first pitch to Burford is in there for a strike, it's 0-1.
That's rather weird. You're a natural untucked
I mean,
pocket
it's just like,
guy?
I don't think about it. I just take them off, and then you just put them back in. Like when you put your gloves back in there. I don't know. The 0-1 pitch. Burford grounds this one to the shortstop, Boning. The throw over to first, and the inning is over. So 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on. We head to the top of the 6th inning. The Oaks lead 4-2. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube and brought to you by KDTV. Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano with you here in the top of the 6th inning. 4-2 the score after the Oaks scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. They took back the lead. They were down 2-0 in this game. Answered back with 4 unanswered, 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 run in the bottom of the 4th, and 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th as they're up by 2 now. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks. That's Cole Baker, the sophomore, headed to Ole Miss in the fall, as the first pitch now in there for a strike. Brendan Boning, the batter now. Final stat line for Adcock, 5 innings pitched, 19 batters faced, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, and 2 runs, as Boning swings and misses on that one. And Baker ahead now 0-2.
And that was filthy. Absolutely filthy. He put a breaking ball in the outside part of the plate, and it just died, broke away and down from the right-handed batter, and there was nothing that he could do.
And he misses outside. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scoreboard had 2 balls, 1 strike, so they switch it now. It's now 1-2, like I correctly had in my book. Cole Baker, a young man out of Hoover, Alabama, as he delivers and gets Boning swinging. Man, that had some heat elevated. 4-pitch strikeout for Cole Baker. His first batter faced a strikeout.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen Cole Baker as an Oak. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of Cole Baker as an Oak if that first batter is any indication. An absolutely deadly breaking ball and a fastball that he can ramp up, elevated, and he's not scared to go up and into batters.
So the Oaks went with an Ole Miss pitcher to start the game, and now a second Ole Miss pitcher out there as Baker fires, and the first pitch to Cowden misses outside. It's 1-0. Cowden, his last time up, he walked, later made it to second, but was left stranded there. In the first inning, he struck out on 7 pitches. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. The count's even at 1-1. Baker from Hoover, Alabama, same town that Oregon Duck outfielder and quarterback Robbie Ashford's from. So, probably played baseball with him. The 1-1 pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-1.
And there's been a little inconsistency with that call on the outside part of the plate. That one, no further outside than we've seen a plethora of strikes be called on the day at that spot of the plate. But it was not called a strike here.
The 2-1 pitch fouled away by Cowden. Counts even at 2-2.
And I think that the pattern I've been gathering from this home plate umpire is that when they have been on that outside part of the plate, it's protect pitches. When the batter is ahead, those have been called strikes. When the batter is behind, those have been called balls to sort of help out the batter. But it also could have just been an anomaly. And umpires, they make mistakes. They're not computers.
Baker this past season, 4 appearances and pitched 3 1/3 innings pitched. Gave 4 hits and 4 runs. His first time out, though, against UCF, pitched 1 2/3 and had 4 strikeouts. As the 2-2 pitch misses inside, the count is full at 3-2.
That's another close pitch right there that was not able to find the strike zone. Cole Baker now has to battle with the count full. Has to be a well-executed pitch.
The payoff pitch. Cowden lifts this one high, but foul. The at-bat's going to continue. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Josh Cowden.
I actually believe it might be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
8th pitch? There you go.
Actually, I was incorrect. It was the 7th
Was
pitch.
it the 7th pitch? All right, 7th pitch of the at-bat as Baker misses high. And now Cowden with a free trip to first with 1 out.
I shouldn't correct you. I should just trust you.
So far, 11 pitches for Baker. Got a strikeout and now is allowed to walk on 7 pitches. And now coming up is the catcher, the cleanup man, Peyton Lewis. The first pitch to Lewis misses high. It's 1-0 to Lewis. Lewis, 2 times up, both the same result. A ground out to the shortstop. First time in the 2nd inning, that was a 1-pitch at bat. Second time in the fourth inning, that was a 3-pitch at bat. Nevertheless, JT Naviak got to be careful. Lewis swings and misses on this one. The count's even at 1-1.
Naviak's always on his toes at shortstop. He's active. He knows. He's in tune with the batter and the pitcher. He knows when the ball is coming.
Peyton Lewis, a young man out of Cypress, Texas, goes to Texas State University. The 1-1 pitch fouled. Almost caught by Anson Rose, the catcher. Nevertheless, it's 1-2 the count. Lewis, his last time he played, it was against the Oaks. He went 0 for 3 in that game. Did strike out and was hit by a pitch. Batting .208 on the year. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Arose to second. The throw in time, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, no runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score, 4-2, Oaks lead. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano back with you here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kyle Sonduk still on the mound for the Saints. And now coming up to the plate is Anson Arose. Ryan, new walk-up song for Arose today. How you feeling about it?
I like it. Anson Rose, he requested yesterday to have his walk-up song changed after the first. He gave 7 or 8 different walk-up songs. He was the only player to do that, and he's just moving down the lineup. I'm a fan of the new one.
The first pitch to Arose is grounded. It was a liner off the first baseman Elliott's mitt into right field, and Arose a 1-pitch single to start the inning.
Well, it was grounded, but it was rocketed. It was hard hit and tough for Cooper to get his glove on. He did get his glove on, flared it into right field, but impossible for him to squeeze, as that would have been incredibly impressive if he was able to make the squeeze and go on to first, because that might have been the hardest hit ball that we've seen off the bat of Anson Arose all season.
Cooper Elliott, the first baseman there, couldn't corral that one, and a man is on, and now up to the plate is JT Naviak. As Arose is going to steal, hit and run opportunity, line to the first baseman Elliott. He'll easily tap on the base, and 2 are gone on 2 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And that's just unfortunate. Anson Rose was going. The pitch was in the zone. Naviak thought he could do something with it. He drove it hard the opposite way, and where Cooper could not make the play on the last at-bat with the Rose, he does make the squeeze, and Anson, no chance to get back. He was already at second base by the time that ball was caught.
So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Kyle Sonduck, and now up to the plate is TJ Foreman, the right fielder. First pitch to Foreman misses inside for a ball. Foreman, his first time up, walked, then stole second and third base. He came in on an RBI groundout by Zach Gregory. He was the Oaks' first run of the game. That was in the 3rd inning. In the 4th inning, he flew out to the right fielder. Now up for the 3rd time. That pitch catches the inside corner. It's now even at 1-1. Foreman today coming in, batting .303 with the flyout. That average going to drop a little bit, looking to improve the average here. The 1-1 pitch, and Foreman rips this one to left center field. Coming over is Cowden, slides, makes the play, and the inning is over. So, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on. We head to the top of the 7th inning. 4-2 the score. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano back with you for the top of the 7th inning. My 3 innings of play-by-play are over. Ryan, take back over play-by-play.
Bo Willis to the dish, his 3rd appearance of the day at the plate. In the 4th inning, he reached for the only time today with a walk. He also struck out in the 2nd inning. One of Cody Adcock's 5 strikeouts on the day. Cole Baker starting off his 2nd inning of work. The first pitch in, off speed at the knees, a strike. 0-1 the count early. The 0-1 to the dish, cut through and missed. Willis could not make contact as we see Cole Baker living at the knees. Hunter Call playing straight up in center with a slight breeze out to right field. The right-handed Willis. The 0-2 grounded softly to Burford, makes the play, throws to first, and a 3-pitch at-bat that ends in a ground out to the second baseman. Bo Willis quickly retired. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning.
And Cole Baker right now, he's been impressive. Did allow just 1 walk, but, struck out Peyton Lewis to end last inning. Then Josh Cowden was caught stealing, so it was a 1-2-3 inning. Gets another ground out here. He's been almost flawless.
Jag Burden watches the first pitch, in at the knees on the outside part of the plate. Anson Arroyo, a good job to frame it, a good job of calling that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Good job by Cole Baker locating the glove. 0-1. The pitch tries to go back to the same location. He misses low and away. 1-1 the count. Burden in his 2 times up. scored the first run of the game for the Saints. He singled in the second inning, came around to score. And then in the fourth, he struck out swinging. The 1-1 just misses high and away. A ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Baker, his first time pitching at Ole Miss, that was in 2020 in the shortened season. He pitched 4 1/3 innings pitched, only gave up 1 hit.
The 2-1. Skied out of play behind us. The count even at 2-2. We mentioned Burton and that strikeout that he had in the fourth inning. Burton on the season, he struck out 9 times, including that strikeout, so susceptible to the punch-out. Not the leader on the team for the Saints, but he is up there. The 2-2 elevated over the plate, but misses the zone. A ball. The count has worked full. The second full count we've seen Cole Baker face.
Yeah, and that first time it was a 7-pitch at bat that he lost. It was a walk.
The 3-2, bounce to Naviak, catches it on a hop, throws to first. It's in time to get him. Great play by Naviak to not let it bounce the second time. Got it perfectly on the hop, on the charge, and Bobo with the stretch to punch out Jag Burton.
And that was a tough play right there by Naviak. It was a rushed throw. It was quick, and he made it look really smooth and easy. It was coming in on a high chopper. Burton, a lot of speed right there. He's a lefty hitter, so he had a little bit of an advantage heading towards first. It was a tough play, but, you know, Naviak made it look easy and got the play in time.
This brings up Cooper Elliott. The first pitch to him. Gets a rose out of his stance. A ball high. Want to know the count. Elliott had the first RBI of the game for the Saints. A double in the second inning. He then stole third and came around to score the next at bat. That was the final run the Saints had scored. The 1-0 misses the zone. 2-0 the count. The last time up for Elliott, he struck out looking. The defensive alignment for the Oaks. Call playing straight up in center. In left field, Gregory a little bit in. The 2-0, cut through, foul tipped. Caught in the glove of a Rose. 2-1 the count. The infield, Naviak. Standing just on the grass of the outfield at shortstop. Burford shaded a little bit to the first base side at second. And Grant Smith a little bit away from the line. As the 2-1 lined and out of play, down to the left. The count, 2-2, it's now even.
And Elliott, the first baseman, he had a double play his last time out in the field. It's a nice play after he allowed a single after a hard hit ball by Anson Rose.
Baker looking for a punch-out pitch. He's had 2 strikeouts so far today. The 2-2 grounded softly to Smith at third. The throw to first is in time. A 1-2-3 inning that Cole Baker gets out of. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the third consecutive inning for the Oaks. Their offense headed to the plate for the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream on the Conejo Oaks YouTube channel. The bottom of the 7th inning, the Oaks, they lead 4-2, 9-1-2. Hunter Call, Zach Gregory, Grant Smith, the batters that we're going to see for Conejo to start off this inning. The update on Zach Gregory, confirmation, he's fine. He played in the field for the last few innings after being hit by a pitch in the 5th. Hunter Call leading off the inning the last time up. He walked on 4 straight pitches. First pitch to him, fouled off. So the first time he's seen a first pitch strike of the day. The last 2 counts that he had, in the 3rd, he struck out on a full count, but that count started out 3-0, and then in the 5th, he saw 4 straight balls. So the first time that he's seen a strike without a 3-ball count of today. The 0-1 thinks about it, does not offer. Good thing, too, because it was outside for a ball. The last time up, I mentioned he walked. He then stole second base and came all the way around to score on the Grant Smith bunt single. Hunter Call made it all sort of happen after Smith got aboard and the ball got away. Call started digging for home. It allowed for Gregory to dig for third as the 1-1 breaking ball in at the knees, a strike, 1-2 the count. Kyle Sonduk, the man that's still on the hill. The 1-2 rings him up. Hunter Call doesn't like it. He's on the outside part of the plate, but that's consistent with what the umpire's been calling on the day. So 1 down in the inning as Hunter Call strikes out for the 2nd time looking today.
Yeah, and both times it's been the similar reaction for Call. He smiles, doesn't like it, shakes his head, and he heads back towards the dugout.
That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Kyle Sonduk. Sonduk appeared to face Grant Smith as his first batter, so Gregory, the last man for the Oaks who has not seen Sonduk yet today. First pitch into Gregory, cut through, missed, 0-1 the count. Sonduk has done a great job of throwing strikes, especially early in counts. Struck out Bobo, struck out Durfee, throw a first pitch strike to Burford, first pitch strike to Foreman, then just struck out Call. The 0-1, Gregory swings through, misses. Down in the count, 0-2. Zach Gregory today struck out looking in the first, a 5-pitch at-bat. Grounded out to second in the 3rd. That plated a run, so 1 RBI. And then has scored after he got hit by a pitch in the 5th. Came around on that weird bunt play to Grant Smith. Here with 1 down and no one on. The 0-2. Breaking ball inside and low. A ball. 1-2 the count.
And Sonduk right there just wanted to get Gregory to swing and miss on that one on a ball in the dirt. I like the pitch with an 0-2 count.
The breeze still carrying out to right. The defense still standard. Gregory, the 1-2. Cut through and misses. The 2nd strikeout of the day for Gregory. The 4th strikeout for Kyle Sonduk. Now there's 2 down in the inning for Grant Smith.
Now batting, the third baseman, Grant Smith.
Smith, his last time to the plate, singled on a bunt that he laid perfectly down the 3rd base line, was able to get to first, and then a throwing error found him at second. He then stole 3rd base, but was not able to come around to score, even though there were no one out in the inning. The first pitch to him misses, low and away for a ball. His previous 2 at-bats before that bunt single, both strikeouts, both 5-pitch strikeouts in the 1st and 3rd. This pitch lined sharply, but into the Oaks dugout, foul, 1-1 the count.
That one was actually at the bullpen of the Oaks, but man, it almost took out a couple of relievers right there as they dodged it.
Yes, the Oaks bullpen. I've done that a few times this season. I've called the bullpen the dugout.
I feel tempted to say that too. You know, sometimes I do want to say dugout for the bullpen or bullpen for the dugout. I don't know how I get those two confused.
The 1-1 off-speed pitch shades the inside part of the plate, but does not get the call. The count, 2-1. Sonduck, so far today, 4 strikeouts, has retired every Oak that he's faced in some capacity, as this next pitch in there for a strike to Smith. A Rose singled but was then called out. Smith, the only batter that Sonduck has not retired in some capacity. Now looking at the 2-2, grounded to shortstop. Boning throws over to first. It's in time. A 1-2-3 inning, 6-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and 2 strikeouts for Kyle Sonduck. To the 8th inning we go. The Oaks, they cling to a 2-run lead with 4 frames left. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube.
Now batting.
8-9-1. Jonah Sebring, Jackson Cobb, and then the top of the order, and Drew Calley. That is the tall task that is in front of Cole Baker. So far, he's had 2 1-2-3 frames to start his relief appearance. Now facing off against Jonah Sebring for the first time. First pitch into him, skied, shallow right field. Burford tracking back on the grass, cannot catch it off his glove. Foreman throws to second. In time is Sebring. The ball is going to track into left field. Grant Smith running after it, not backing up the play, and a Little League home run for Jonah Sebring as he gets all the way around. Multiple errors on the play, an error by Burford on the catch, an error on the throw by Foreman, and now the lead cut in half, 4-3.
And you said it perfectly, a Little League home run. You know, I hit a few of those when I played Little League, and it just brought back all the nostalgia right there. But Jonah Sebring right there should have been caught by Burford, falls, and then a couple of errors. I mean, maybe 3 errors on the play? 2?
At least 2. Grant Smith saw the ball get away. He misidentified one of the bullpen players for the left fielder in Gregory backing up the play. So he did not chase after the ball, hesitated as the first pitch to Jackson Cobb is high for a ball, hesitated on it, and then started to run after it. It probably would have held a triple it probably would have held that Little League home run to a triple.
I think the reason that he didn't go chase it,
as this pitch in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate.
I think the reason he didn't go chase it immediately was because nobody was covering third, and he knew that the runner was on second, so he ran back to third to cover third, but then realized he had to go get the ball, and the outfielder was too far away.
The 1-1. Misses high, a ball, 2-1. I noticed that too, and I believe that Grant Smith's initial reaction was to go and chase after the ball, even though he was hesitant that there was no one covering the bag, but he did think that Gregory was backing up the play. All around, a cacophony of errors for the Oaks as the 2-1 swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. Cobb, his first 2 times up, flew out to left, flew out to center. He's driven it to the outfield, but not able to get the ball down yet today. Now sees a 2-2, skied high into the softball fields behind us. We've seen so far this season a few times that Reagan Burford has been unpleased with himself in terms of errors that he has committed on the infield. That one, the first time we've seen a fly ball that he's not able to grab. The 2-2. Off-speed pitch outside, misses. The count now worked full by Jackson Cobb. Cobb, 10 strikeouts on the season, tied for the team lead. 2-strike pitch, the full count. Elevated, Jackson Cobb gets aboard. And now the go-ahead run steps to the dish. It's the leadoff hitter, Drew Cowley.
And right now, Anson Rose, the catcher, going to talk things over with Baker right now, trying to calm him down. Obviously, a little bit of a shaky bounce back after allowing the first hit that was an error that resulted in a run. Thought maybe first pitch, 1 out already, results in a run, and now your 2-run lead is down to 1 run, and now you just walked the next batter, so now the tying run is 270 feet away.
And that brings up Drew Cowley. Does not have a home run on the season, squares to bunt. Fouls it back above the screen, almost attacks a bird that is sitting atop the screen. Just misses the bird. Doesn't even flinch.
I didn't even notice the bird until you just said that. Wow. You know, birds like baseball too.
Everyone wants to watch a game. The Birds do have to be careful. We don't want another Randy Johnson incident on our hands.
Oh, no.
Runner on first is Cobb. He reached on a walk. Squaring to bunt again is Cowley. This pitch elevated above the zone. A ball. 1-1 the count. No action in the Oaks bullpen. There is action in the Saints bullpen. The 1-1 squares to bunt again, just outside of the third base line. Smith scoops it up. Now a 1-2 count. Cowley going to have to swing away.
Yeah, and Cowley showed bunt all 3 of the first pitches to him. This time, like you said, he's going to have to swing with the 2-strike count. Infielders can kind of back out now. It kind of makes the positioning a little bit easier for the Oaks.
Burford shaded in the middle of second and first with Bobo holding the runner on at first. Naviak is double play depth. The 1-2. To the dish. Swing and a miss. A bounce back pitch from Cole Baker as he picks up his 3rd strikeout of the day. Sits down Drew Cowley on 4 pitches.
And that was a great way to bounce back. You get a full count, walk a man, and then a 4-pitch at bat that ends in a strikeout. And right now, Baker, he's been pretty good. I mean, just 2 walks, no hits allowed, just the 1 error that resulted in a run.
Brandon Boning. He's reached base once today. That was on a fielder's choice. Then was caught stealing. First pitch to him, brushes him back. He has to spin away from it. 1-0 the count. The other 2 times he came to the dish. In the first, he flew out to center. And in the 6th, he struck out swinging. That was the first batter that Cole Baker faced, the first strikeout that Cole Baker got, where he really displayed the pitch arsenal that he has at his disposal. The 1-0, lifted high in the air on the infield towards Burford. He's calling it off. Reaches up, makes the play, and now the second man is retired of the inning.
And the sun here at Cal Lutheran, we've seen the right fielder and second baseman, either it be for the Oaks or other teams, have trouble with a fly ball all year. Right there, Burford shading the sun away with his hand. Does a good job making the play. It's an F4.
Right there, a good job of bouncing back from Burford after dropping the fly ball that resulted in the Little League home run by Sebring. Baker checks the runner at first. Back in time safely is Cobb. Josh Cowden, the man at the plate, struck out on a full count in his first at-bat. Has seen a full count all 3 times he's come to the plate. Walking in the 4th and the 6th. Those are his 3 plate appearances on the day. He was caught stealing to end the 6th inning. A strike him out, throw him out. First pitch to him, bounces in. Arroyo makes the block. Good defensive play behind the dish by Anson Arroyo to hold Cobb at first.
And Rose is a really good defensive catcher. We've seen him throw out a couple of runners today and, make a lot of stops like that throughout the season where he dives into a ball that's in the dirt and makes a great job by putting his body in front of it and not letting a pass ball happen.
The 1-0 cut through and missed. Elevated fastball. Not able to catch up to it is Brandon Boning. And Rose, a great defensive catcher. Also, a pretty effective offensive catcher as well so far this season.
Yeah, coming into the game, leading the team in on-base percentage, really prides himself on that. Just likes to get on as much as he can and strike out as little as he can.
The 1-1, foul tipped into the glove of a Rose. The count, 1-2. Baker ahead to Cowden. We saw him go elevated fastballs to get a strikeout in the 6th and to get the 2 strikeouts in the 6th. We also saw him with a deadly breaking ball. What out pitch does he go here to try to put him out? Outside, the runner goes down to second. It's in time. Anson Rose catches his 3rd runner stealing of the day. Do not run on Anson. 1 run scored in the inning on no hits. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 errors on the Little League home run. It's all up to the scorebook. I'm not entirely sure about how many errors it was, but there is no one left on base as Anson Rose continues to show off that he has a cannon behind the dish. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream, the bottom of the 8th and the 9th inning as the Arroyo Seco Saints have just one more chance. The Oaks trying to put up insurance when we come back on the Oaks live stream. The bottom of the 8th inning, the Oaks, they're trying to add insurance as this could be their last inning at the bat, given that the scores stay the same. Brendan Bobo, he's trying to lead off the inning. The first pitch into him from the new pitcher, Christopher Stamos, misses the zone outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Brendan Bobo today struck out twice, once in the 1st, once in the 5th. He also grounded out to 3rd base in the 4th. Now he sees a 2-ball count The first two pitches from Stamos miss on the outside part of the plate. The 2-0. Cut on and lifted high on the infield. Coming in is Cooper, the first baseman, makes the catch. And the first batter of the inning is retired, Brendan Bobo. This might be the first time on the season that he has not recorded a hit.
I think it is. I think he's had a hit in every game. I mean, he's been so impressive all season. Was batting over 500 yesterday. Today, batting over 400. But, you know, with this 0 for 4 performance today, I think that batting average is going to drop significantly.
And, you know, he's still swinging the bat well. In batting practice, we saw him lift one not only over the fence, but over the netting in right field. So he definitely still has that pop in his bat. He hasn't lost it. As Bobo is retired, Brendan Durfee steps to the dish. The first pitch into him. In there at the knees, a strike. 0-1 the count.
And the final stat line for Sonduk, 31 pitches in 3 innings pitched, 11 batters faced, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit.
It's a pretty good outing for Sonduk as Durfee looks at a pitch that misses the zone. 1-1.
And that 1 hit was that bunt, the first pitch he threw to Grant Smith.
Now another left-hander to face off against the first 2 batters for the Oaks, which are both left-handers to start the inning. Durfee looks at a pitch outside. 2-1 the count. Stamos effective in the first left-hander he faced, getting Bobo to fly out to the first baseman. The 2-1, misses the zone, low and away. He's missed in that spot 3 times already. Stamos has appeared in 3 games, 3 innings pitched. He is one of the higher ERAs on the team as he has a 12.0 ERA on the season. He's allowed 4 earned runs. As he misses the plate here, Brendan Durfee gets aboard with a walk. 4 straight pitches missed low and away, and Brendan Durfee aboard with 1 out in the inning.
And Stamos, a man that goes to UC Berkeley, or he will be going to UC Berkeley in the fall. But the last couple of years he spent at Glendale Community College, similar school as a couple of Oaks players.
Tobias Plotkin.
Brian Perez. Also, Chris Torres was at Glendale Community College.
Chris Torres now undecided on where he's going to take his talents next. It's Reagan Burford. He steps to the dish. He singled twice so far today and grounded out to shortstop. First pitch to him, in at the knees, a strike. 0-1.
And Torres may be undecided, but he's going to have to make a decision soon. He said he has to make a decision on his academic plans probably by July 1st.
That's midweek next week. It's the 0-1, check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says he did not. 1-1 the count. A good breaking ball right there from Stamos. Almost got Burford to offer and just missed the zone. Right now, Tristan Garnett on the hook for the loss. The Oaks, they're trying to add more runs. As the 1-1 in below the knees, cut through, missed. 1-2 the count. Not quite in the dirt, but was trending that direction.
And right now, Durfee on first, not really a threat on the base paths.
The 1-2, lined sharply out of play towards the right side. Hits off of one of the pool buildings. The count still remains 1-2. Infield at double play depth. Third baseman shaded a little bit in. First baseman and Cooper holding Durfee on. It actually might be a pinch runner on first. Does not look like Brendan Durfee. As the pitch in misses. A ball, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, it looks like number 18 on first base
That would be Scott Radinsky.
is Scott Radinsky.
So Scott Radinsky pinch hitting for the designated hitter in Durfee. Radinsky is a threat on the base paths. The 2-2. Burford thinks about it. The ball dies in the dirt, and Reagan Burford has worked the count full.
Radinsky, the son of the pitching coach, Scott Radinsky, played in the MLB for a while. Was also in a couple of bands and owned a skate park in Simi Valley. He's quite the interesting man.
The 3-2. Check swing, fouled off. 3-2 will be done again. This is now an 8-pitch at-bat. Junior has one at-bat on the season. He did strike out in his only plate appearance on the year for the Oaks. That being Scott Radinsky Jr. The full count now with Radinsky at first. Payoff pitch, cut through, and missed. Reagan Burford tried to protect the plate. Christopher Stamos got him swinging. The first strikeout for Stamos on the afternoon. And there's 2 down in the inning.
The catcher, Arroyo.
Anson Arroyo comes to the plate. Arrows, so far on the day, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. He got aboard, singled in the 6th, and then was doubled up on a hard line drive. As now we see Stamos step off the mound. Brings his jersey to his face. I'm not quite sure why. Rose in his first at-bat of the day flew out to left field, so 1 for 3 on the day. Has also gunned down 3 batters on the defensive side of things behind the dish. As he watches an off-speed pitch loop right into the middle of the zone. 0-1.
And Arose, the switch hitter, his first time up, batted righty, then had to face a right-handed hitter or pitcher in Sonduck, so then batted lefty, and now back to batting on the right side of plate.
The 0-1 in the dirt. Misses. 1-1 the count to Arose. We've mentioned it a few times throughout the broadcast today. Anson Arose leads the team in on-base percentage right here. In a big spot, he would love to get aboard any way possible to bring a runner in scoring position. The 1-1. Stamos to the dish. Arose cuts through, drive hard, down the left field line. It's going to drop. Radinsky rounding second. He's on his way to third. He's got the stop sign. He's running through it. He's going to the dish, and he's tagged out at the plate. A beautiful relay. Cowden to Boning to Lewis to throw out Scott Radinsky at the dish. The double by Anson Arose does not play to run. And now the Oaks, they're going to have to hold a 1-run lead headed to the top of the 9th inning. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks as they try to close it out on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Top of the ninth inning, the closer for the Oaks on the hill, Clay Rickerman. He has been the guy that the Oaks have gone to not only this season, but in seasons past in 2019 to get the close. He's the closer here at Cal Lutheran University, and now he's trying to close out a one-run lead for the Oaks in the top of the ninth inning. He came in against Arroyo Seco 2 days ago, ended up getting the close. He's seeing Josh Cowden. First pitch to Cowden, fouled back behind play. 0-1 the count. Cowden, he faced off against Rickerman one time this season with runners on second and third. Rickerman ended up walking him on an open first base. No runners ended up scoring after that. The 0-1 fouled into the dugout or just past it. Robert Camozzi tried to make a play. Did not. 0-2 count. Rickerman ahead.
And Rickerman came in against the Saints on Thursday, that was. It was a little close one. Allowed a home run to Jackson Cobb, but, you know, he felt really good after that performance. He was hitting all his spots.
This ball bounced to second base on the 0-2. Burford throws to first. First man is retired, 4-3. That'll bring up Peyton Lewis. Bo Willis in the on-deck circle.
Now batting, the catcher.
The tying run out the dish for the rest of this game. Lewis, 0-3 on the day. Grounded out to shortstop twice, struck out in the sixth. That was part of Cole Baker's 3 strikeouts in his 3 innings of pitch. He had no hits in that relief appearance. Definitely a contender for player of the game. First pitch to Lewis, skied high to right. Foreman back underneath it, makes the catch. It looked like it had a chance off the bat. Ended up being a lazy fly out to right field.
Yeah, you could hear somebody in the Saints fan section scream, yeah, like that ball was going to go yard. Did not, fell well short of the wall.
It was skied high, and that brings up Bo Willis. The final chance for the Saints, the Oaks. They're trying to close it out. Clay Rickerman, the first pitch, cut through and missed. Nobody on for Willis.
And Rickerman out there wearing number 31. His favorite player, Greg Maddux, the Atlanta Braves pitcher back in the day, wears the 31 in his honor.
The 0-1 to the dish. Skied high into shallow left field. Naviak going back. Gregory coming in. Gregory calls him off and drops the ball. It was in his glove. An error by the left fielder. The game was all but over. And now a runner is aboard on first base after the error by Zach Gregory. And the Saints, the final nail in the coffin was bent.
The right fielder.
They now have to get another out. Clay Rickerman now facing off against Jag Burden. Burden, 1-for-3 on the day. A single and a run scored in the second, a strikeout in the fourth. The home plate umpire calls time, starts talking and looking down the right field line. Clay Rickerman, right here, he said, you have to have short-term memory. He talked about it in reference to the home run that he gave up against the Saints in his last save appearance, where he was able to bounce back after giving off a leadoff homer. Now Clay Rickerman trying to get back on the hill. Coach Dave Solis asking for a clarification for why there is a time. Now a pinch runner who comes in for Bo Willis at first. That's going to be number 7, Jack Grace.
Jack Grace.
Rickerman, no stranger to bouncing back, as we saw. He said, short-term memory is exactly what you need. You can't focus on the last pitch or the last at-bat. You can't throw 2 balls at once. So why think about the last pitch? The first pitch into Burden. Rickerman stares down a rose behind the dish. The home plate umpire calls time. Rickerman steps off. Still awaiting the first pitch of this at-bat.
And right after the drop fly, you can feel the intensity in the building right now. This is really similar to the last time these two teams played. It was a 5-4 game. Now it's a 3-4 game. Right now, Rickerman in a similar spot trying to close this one out.
The Saints trying to break a 3-game losing streak. The first pitch misses low. Jag Burden ahead in the count, 1-0. And this would be crucial right here for the Saints. They're a team that has been hanging around a lot of the games that they have played this season. They certainly hung around against the Oaks in the last affair as Rickerman picks off to first. Back in safely is Grace.
And Grace, currently undecided, but did go to Creighton University this past year. Had 2 stolen bases on the year at Creighton.
The 1-0 to the dish, lifted high, softly. Naviak coming in. Smith calls him off, makes the grab, and the game is over. Clay Rickerman with the second save of the season. The Oaks, they beat Arroyo Seco for the second time this year by 1 run. This one a 4-3 win. Conejo, they advance on the season in CCL play to 3-1 with a contest still against the Foresters waiting to be decided. So the Oaks, they're currently sitting near the top of the CCL South standings. And right now in this game, it was a real all-around team effort. No one stood out too much, but there were still some stars tonight. Tell me about who impressed you the most.
I mean, both the starting pitchers for the Oaks did a really good job. Cody Adcock, I mean, he did really good. And then Cole Baker, I think I said starting pitchers. I meant both Ole Miss pitchers. Cody Adcock, he went 5 innings, had 5 strikeouts, gave up only 4 hits, and allowed 2 runs. And then Cole Baker, he came in and pitched 3 scoreless innings, or actually not scoreless because he did give up the Little League home run, but hitless innings, did not allow a hit throughout 3 innings. That was in the 6th and 7th, and had 2 1-2-3 innings. And besides the Little League home run, he only had 3 batters after that face. So besides the Little League home run, he faced 9 batters. So to me, I think Cole Baker may be the player of the game. And then offensively, you can look at Anson Arose, and defensively, I mean, Arose had a single and a double, as well as reaching on a fielder's choice. And then he threw about 3 guys out defensively. So I don't know. It's a toss-up right now between Cole Baker and Anson Arose.
My vote would be for Anson Arose. What he did at the dish today was get on twice. He had an extra base hit, and he also gunned 3 guys down behind the dish. That's unheard of. Cole Baker was incredibly impressive as well, but my vote for player of the game is Anson Arose.
To me, I think it's Cole Baker. I know we're going to disagree here.
Comment section before we sign off this broadcast. Give us an answer. Cole Baker, Anson Arose, who deserves the player of the game for the Oaks? Cole Baker, his final line, 3 innings pitched, no hits, 3 strikeouts. He allowed 1 run, but it was not earned. Anson Arose, he had 2 hits, including a double, a fielder's choice in the 4th where he got aboard, so he reached base 3 times today, and also gunned down 3 on the base paths. It's very difficult to decide. Nonetheless, the Oaks, they take a 4-3 victory here against Arroyo Seco, a 3-1 game, or 3-1 improvement in the CCL standings. They still have just 1 loss on the season, improved to 6-1 on the year. For Ryan Milano and Knight Uretsky, this has been your broadcast of the Conejo Oaks. We will be back tomorrow against the SoCal Grizzlies, a non-league game. Thank you for listening, and listen again.